Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes!
We're here after a big slate of games. We got near game winners, near game fumblers, and a lot of things to talk about today. How we feeling today?
Feeling pretty good. How you doing?
Can't complain. I think it's the first day in a minute where I woke up like, man.
You got some energy?
No, the opposite.
Oh,
where
for
I'm
real?
like, man, I don't know if I slept.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because the last 1.2 seconds of that Lakers game took 26 minutes.
That's okay.
Maybe that was the reason why.
I thought she was about to say energy. I feel like every episode, P is getting a little bit louder and louder because he's just getting used to the time.
I'm on point, man. I am on point.
Yeah.
This has locked me into my time management. In my night on them games, I ain't on 2K. I ain't doing nothing
Hit
extra.
that, hey.
And I go right to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man now. I'm an adult. Shout out to NBC for making me grow up.
No, facts though.
Oh, we got dropped the mic?
We do. I want to ask y'all, who are some of the players that are taking advantage of opportunity? There's a lot around the league, so I just want to know who have y'all been noticing most?
One name and one name only. I mentioned this yesterday because Pierre was talking about first-time All-Stars, yada,
Yes.
yada, yada. It is hard for me to buy into my own team because you set your expectations so high. And a lot of the times, at least in my fandom, whether it be from Darrick Rose, whether it be from whatever, your heart gets broken. So when you have a 23-year-old point guard that's nearly averaging a triple-double and shooting 50, 40, 82 from the line, everybody on Twitter is telling you that you got the next NBA superstar. It's hard for me to just accept that. But guess what I'm doing today?
You accepting it?
I'm accepting it. Even when they were losing the game against the 76ers a few nights ago, I made the tweet like, yeah, this is what happened when you give up 100 open threes. The 76ers start off 8 of 10 from 3. We're down by 23 points. And I'm like, yeah, this season ain't what I thought. Well, it's exactly what I thought it was going to be beforehand. It ain't this 5-0, 5-1 start. Then they come back, they win. Vucevic hits that big corner 3. And guess what? I will not ask anything different of this team. I will not look at their record and think otherwise. I'm accepting this team for what it is, and what it is might be a damn good basketball team.
And your star player made the play. He made the play to
Yeah,
get
he
Vucevic shot.
looked confident making that play.
Not only did he make that play, he made the plays. Because there were times where you saw the Bulls getting the comeback, and there would be a play or two, like Isaac Okoro get a charge or something where the ball isn't in his hands. And it's like, oh, that could be the play that ruins the comeback. And I remember one specific play. There was like a lot of back and forth. Y'all missed, the Sixers missed. And at one point, Josh Giddey was like, just give me the ball. I'm going to lay it up. And even Stacey King was like, yeah, he said, I'm going to do it myself this time. Because it's like, when you have that, 27-point comeback,
Yeah.
you don't have that much room for error at the end because you're trying not to run out of gas. So those missed opportunities could come back to haunt you. Yeah, great game. Probably game of the year so far.
The Bulls just get game of the year every season. Lakers game from last year.
Yeah.
It was that moment when Josh Giddey woke up, by the way.
I just
It
love
was
how
from that point
poised
on.
I love how poised and calm he always is. He's never rattled. And last year and the years before, you could see sometimes he'll be a little like nervousness and like, especially late in game. He definitely don't want to shoot those free throws late in the game. That's something he's a lot more confident with now. So
It's two things that I think are completely different with Giddey. It's the three-point shooting, obviously. It was always his swing factor.
Yep.
If he can hit a shot, then it makes him a nice player. But also his finishing at the rim percentage is so much higher this year compared to the other parts in his career. And if you watch the game, it's nothing about it that makes you feel it's unsustainable. A lot of these times he's like that great, crazy spin move that he's been doing.
He's taking
to get to
advantage
the
of height,
basket,
though.
taking advantage of his size for the first time. So Josh Giddey, we like this, man. I will never question you again. You are a superstar.
There has to be, to end on this, some correlation as well. This is no shot at my guy because y'all know I love him.
For sure.
But the accepting of being the best player and not having a Zach and DeMar and trying to fit in. Wait, am I bugging? He never played with DeMar.
Never played with
he didn't play with
I'm
DeMar. He
sure.
only
But
played with
Zach
Zach.
for
But
sure,
Zach, and then even Vucevic to a certain, Kobe White to a certain extent, I think it was good for him to be able to walk into the light as the best player on the Bulls. And his energy and vibe and, dare I say, aura is
One of the best here in the league.
I'm the best player on the team, even to the point of like some of the play. I even seen him get on some behinds of like, get there, Isaac Okoro. You know I'm not trying to get you behind a 3 cut.
You know what I saw yesterday?
And I kind of like that.
And again, I'm not questioning this team ever again. I'm here. I'm diehard. I'm on that. I was gonna say I'm on Plan B. Golly, I'm on that second pot of viewing where I'm not thinking about the future. The team is okay
The
now.
moment.
I'm in the moment. I saw a tweet that went relatively viral on NBA Twitter. It had like 3,000 likes. I'm counting that as a viral NBA Twitter like.
Yeah.
that was like, this Chicago Bulls team reminds me of last year's Pacers?
I mean, is it the Halliburton?
I think it's like by committee, the pace of it
Yeah.
all, the floor general.
For sure. I
The
think we got
pace,
that
is,
part
the pace
of it.
is something I could definitely see for
We
We
sure.
gotta
just don't
pump our
have. We don't
brakes.
have the defense.
So
though.
we just going to Game 7 of the NBA
That's what I'm
Finals this
saying.
year,
So we got to pump
basically.
up. Like, we be throwing out the Pacers thing with a lot. I said it with the Heat, and a lot, but you know,
we just don't have that Pacers defense. That's
And that
really-
we don't have a Pascal.
yeah, we
um,
don't.
For Mike's question,
Mhm.
players taking advantage of opportunities. There are a few. I will say I have liked AJ Mitchell with the Thunder.
Yeah.
And a lot of their young guys have been able to get opportunity while they're dealing with injuries and having the comfort of sitting guys. I just think, I don't know, I think it pays a lot for the long haul.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to talk about playoff basketball, having the trust of your coach, having the trust of an MVP talented teammate like Shea, when he's able to gain that trust with you on the floor and understand that he can kick to you or whatever, or lean on you. I think when we start to talk about basketball in April and May, and even in June for this team, it'll pay off that Brooks Barnhizer and AJ Mitchell and, you know, are getting these reps early on, and they're winning. I mean, I know they had their first loss last night to
weren't
my
going to win all
Blazers.
82.
But,
But I like it for the long call for them too, because this team is eventually going to become really expensive. So the more diamonds in the rough you can find over the course of the years, the more you're going to be able to keep up what you're doing.
Yeah, and some of the clutch games at least, AJ Mitchell's had the ball in like last
Yeah.
night when they were denying ball for Shea, it was like AJ Mitchell time. And one jump shooter and getting to the basket, turned the ball over a few different times. But like it's part of the growing pains of him being a year 2 player and everything. So yeah, he's been incredible. I think he might be the odds favorite to win Sixth Man of the Year at this moment in time, even though he's been starting spotly, depending on like if Dort was playing or whatever. But that's a perfect pick.
Neemias Queta is someone that I think has taken advantage of his opportunity to start out in Boston. When you talk about someone who hasn't really been able to get their foot in and like stick, he was playing on summer league rosters and all that. This year, he's giving you almost a double-double. He's blocking shots. He's protecting the rim. He's playing with energy. So I think he probably has solidified himself as probably like a nice quality NBA player now.
Not mad at that.
I also had a player that's in Boston. With Tatum out, there's a lot of minutes
Josh
opened up
Minott.
at that
It's
wing.
got to be Josh Minott.
Josh Minott has been an absolute stud for the Boston Celtics. And again, last year he didn't really have many minutes for the Timberwolves and not that many moments, but with just being able to be on the floor, he's had times where with starting minutes, he's been a double-double. I think he's been, up to 10 points, or for going from 2 points to 10 points is a pretty big jump in his minutes. And then again, he's showing he's a super good athlete. Not only is he a really good basketball player, but he's a really good athlete. He's only
trying
6'8".
to punch you.
He's only
Every
6'8".
time.
He's only 6'8", but he feels like sometimes he's 6'10", 6'11" on the court because he's jumping around everywhere. When Jason Tatum comes back and there's just not as many minutes, I hope some teams are looking at him because he could be a quality player for a lot of teams.
I think he can still get minutes on this team with Jason Tatum. Because, I mean,
You still need backups.
yeah, he's not a 30-minute guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably. So I think there's still a role for him as well. And for a guy that hasn't had too many opportunities, I don't see why he would want to leave the spot that has allowed him to be his version. I also want to show some love to Quentin Grimes. He's taking advantage of the shot attempts that are there in Philadelphia because you have to think when Embiid and Paul George return and are able to play their typical minutes, a lot of those shots are going to crumble down. But it's good to see Quentin Grimes staying on track from what we saw post-trade last year because it looked like a hot streak.
Yeah.
A lot of people question it, including Philadelphia, why they didn't get the contract out. But I think for him, it's going to be nice to show that and go into the offseason on the market again. I think he will be a guy that teams will go after.
Do you think he still gets that $25 million a year plus?
It
that
just
he
depends
wants
what the
annually?
markets look like, to be honest with you. I have no idea what the landscape of the league will look like, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
I think the range is probably like 17 to 25 annually. It's just a matter of where he finished. The last name I'll mention, Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
Like,
Vintage
you know,
last
Triple-double last night.
Keegan Murray went down with an injury, and I guess there was a spot open at the power forward position. So they said, Russell Westbrook is yours. And in that game last night, when there was no Steph Curry, no Draymond, no Jimmy Butler, no Zach LaVine, no Sabonis, Russell Westbrook gave us a real-life vintage thing, and he popped his collar a little bit. He said, with all due respect, in the humblest way I could say it, I'm the best rebounding guard of all time. Like, yeah, you really are. And he's showing that, which we love. When we come back, we had a big slate of games. We'll talk about our favorite moments and takeaways. Stay tuned. With it being so many games on yesterday, I thought it was a good idea to kind of bounce around the league with different ideas and things that we took away from last night's games. I'll start off first. A team that I don't know if anybody's really watching. Hell, I barely caught the last couple minutes of this game. The Brooklyn Nets got a win
They did.
against the Indiana Pacers, so shout out to them.
Shout out to MPJ.
And again, I did not watch this game in its entirety, but when I checked that box score and saw that out of the 5 rookies that they drafted, one of them is injured right now. Drake Powell is out with an ankle sprain. Only one of their rookies played and ended up being 13 minutes. That was Jaeger Demon. Apologies if I didn't pronounce that right. 4 of their 5 first-round picks were eligible to play, and only one of them did. He played 13 minutes. He shot the ball 6 times, 5 of them are threes, and he missed all of them.
I think he takes too many threes.
I think so too,
I
for
think he
size, but
settles.
he also is just not physically gifted enough to get past his defenders yet. So it's like,
Yeah.
just take what you can get.
He's coming off
But-
that back situation.
And it's not just about him underperforming, which is fine. He's a rookie player. It's about them not playing for anything and Jordy Fernandez still being like, hey, I can't play you because you're not good enough. Or the Billy Donovan approach, you got to earn these minutes from me, even if it's against Tyrese Martin.
As a Nets fan, I'm just speaking from their perspective. It's like, what are we doing though?
Sure.
I mean, we just spent all those draft picks to get, to start this youth movement. And first of all, we're not winning games, period. We're not even seeing no development.
Yeah, that's a whole conversation in itself that I don't want to open up the can of worms too much because we have the league to get around to. But when you just take a look around the league, we do have to start questioning not just coaches, but front offices and general managers, because the approach to like rebuilding and team building is so scatterbrained that sometimes you look at these rosters like this. This is a great example of just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You invested 5 first-round picks, 5. I think that's the most in the history.
Yes, it
that's
is.
like you do rebuilds on 2K.
All the time. I would never draft 5 times.
You never draft 5. Not
Draft.
even in a virtual reality video game am I bringing in 5 rookies.
And 2 point guards who play similarly.
2. I would say 4 of them 5 is point guard.
Well, I'm just saying,
Danny Wolf, count them.
Ben Seraph and Jaeger Demon, they literally play exactly the same.
Yeah.
They literally have pass first
Nolan
guards.
Draurier.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was the one position that was depleted. Sure.
So let's get 10 of them.
And try if one of them pops off, great. But to KB's point, you're not even playing them.
Yeah.
The only one played, and he only played 13 minutes. So yeah, I've been seeing that a lot around the league. Where I'm just not liking the direction that some of these teams are going in, and it's been a little disappointing. But switching gears to teams that have been doing a rebuild correctly. I don't know how much y'all watching this team. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm watching every minute, but coincidentally, when I turn this team on or when I have their games on, I'm able to lock into their fourth quarters. And I put a tweet out last night saying it about this guy, and the entire basketball world agreed with the tweet. Cade Cunningham is untouchable in the fourth quarter.
You see, I put the Pistons jersey up for that reason alone.
Untouchable. I haven't dove into the stats deep dive or whatever, but I was just watching the game. It was like, man, every time I watch a game, Cade Cunningham is just unstoppable. And everybody was just like, yeah, boom, 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 boom. And then I started seeing people that put the stats out and everything.
Yeah, we got the best social media team
And
in
it's
the
just
world. They
like,
got the stats for us.
What?
And they on a 4-game win streak.
Yes.
In the fourth quarter, it's 12.3 points per game, 2.1 assists, and 2 rebounds a game. And that's just Cade Cunningham himself.
I've
That's
also
crazy.
kind of, again, I haven't deep dove into their sets, but I've been kind of paying attention to the rebounding because just from a visual point, it always feel like they're out rebounding their teams. I don't think they get out rebounded at all, really.
Jalen Durant had 22 himself last year.
So it's just like that's one of the main stats that you want to get, especially over the course of a season, and it's paying off.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because that first game, it just didn't look good. And then kind of like they got a rhythm, and they haven't looked back. And I like the fact that they haven't looked back. Cade has looked amazing. He's having a career year in assists as well. Isaiah Stewart being a starter for them has paid off. I don't think that's going to stick, but I do like him coming off the bench. And I think if he continues to play these minutes, he's going to be eligible to make all-defensive player, an all-defensive team this year. So hopefully they continue to keep his minutes at a rate to where he can qualify.
I'm happy for them. I'm happy because I was concerned about the Pistons.
Yeah, I was too.
Roster
That
took
first
some
couple
changes.
games was
Yeah, but they're back on track quietly too.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
You know who always been on track so far since the start of the season is the Portland Trailblazers. You know, last night they had a very good game. I thought this was an amazing game. They came back from, I think, down 20 at some point in this game, and it was all behind Drew Holiday, Denny Avdia, great defense from the team. And in that fourth quarter, Denny and Drew Holiday kind of took over.
And Denny had started off like 0-8.
Yeah, he did. And
But he's really found his offense as just being a ram. He's like, he goes to the paint constantly, and again, I think he took a lot of free throws last night too.
Yeah, no, he just puts his head down and get to the rim.
Offensively, he's finding himself even when he's struggling to find the basket. And Drew Holiday, what they brought him in for.
The way
he's
Drew's shooting the 3 ball is actually crazy.
I feel like every time
lights out.
I tap into one of their clutch games, Drew Holiday is hitting a left corner 3.
Yeah.
It's like step back, one dribble, step back, Drew Holiday, corner 3. He's been a perfect acquisition, all things considered.
He has been.
We were like, oh, who's gonna start between him and Scoot? Obviously, Scoot is still out with his injury. Scoot come back, that brother's coming off the bench.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're not taking
nah.
Drew Holiday's spot.
I did not know Drew was gonna be playing at this level.
He was playing so good. So yeah, I like that pick a lot. And to take down OKC, who at that point was just unstoppable, was a huge win. Huge
All
win.
those guys playing with confidence. I look up and Robert Williams is taking threes. I wish Donovan Clingan would have took one for him. He had got a shot clock violation.
Do I breathe hit a couple?
Yes. A few.
The one who I told
I
you was
think
my
might
player
need a few.
comp.
Yeah, we're going to skip past that. Another takeaway again, and I feel like we've been kind of talking about them, but even in their loss, I thought OKC was super impressive. They just been fighting with people down and out of the lineup. And again, once they get back to full health or even relatively close to it, they're still the defending champs. Like, they're still, to me, the favorite.
Yeah, I don't want to take anything away from our Portland Trailblazers, but it was the second night of a back-to-back for the Thunder, and then their injury report had no Kenny Hustle, no Lou Dort, no Chet Holmgren, no J-Dub, no Nikola Topic, get well soon, and obviously Thomas Sorber is out as well. Oh, and no Caruso, so that's 7.
They keep catching teams on their second game of a back-to-back.
They really do.
Win the ball
Yeah,
games.
win the ball. Yeah,
Win
you
the
just got to
ball
win the
games,
ball
baby.
game. That's all.
But yeah, OKC did look pretty good. They were 2 possessions away from me making a video this morning about them being 9-0 somehow, considering all their injuries. And I still might make that video, but it's a little less important after a loss. Wiggins came in. How many threes did he finish with? 7.
Seven
He
threes.
been knocking the
He was
shit.
7
He
for
been knocking
10.
it down, man.
My goodness. And we already gave A.J. Mitchell his flowers.
You're getting Isaiah Joe back in the lineup, so he's, going to start getting himself back acclimated. This team is going to be really back dangerous soon.
Yeah, I just wish Isaiah Joe probably really wish he had that toe behind that line.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I'll give another one. The Dallas Mavericks offense is some of the worst offense I've ever seen from a team that's not trying to win 10 games.
Yeah, they're
the
experimenting now.
The Brooklyn Nets offense bad on purpose.
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks trying to win ball games, and they scored 99 points against the team. I watched the Pelicans in their last win. Antonio Daniels, who does the broadcast, he's the guy that's watched every Pelicans game. Obviously, he's the broadcaster. He says in this game, well, we just got to keep scoring because we ain't getting no stops. And then the Mavericks come to town, and the Pelicans get all the stops. They didn't even hit 100 points against the Pelicans. That's crazy. It is the most mind-blowing offense, and that's even with Cooper Flagg having a good game last night.
Yeah.
It's bad over
They're
there,
missing
man.
creation.
They don't have any creation.
He bench play. He ended up shooting the ball. Good response game.
D'Angelo Russell, he's just a roller coaster. And, he couldn't even close out the game last night. So you're closing the game out with no point guard when your offense is struggling.
Yeah. 2 wins for the Pelicans in a row, though. No Zion,
Just like
2
that,
wins.
they're right back with the Mavericks.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
another team, and I think this is a conversation for y'all to get in on, and I know we're going to talk about them probably as the weeks go on. Hey, man, that Memphis Grizzlies situation is not over. It's not a one-time conversation we had. It's deeper than what we thought it was, I believe. I think I'm going to make another video about them.
Yeah.
Not only is Ja looks disinterested, Jaren Jackson, the rest of the team is looking disinterested, and the fan base is very loud right now, especially when you go on social media. And I do think that the Memphis Grizzlies internally will have to find a solution very fast.
Mm-hmm.
I am against going through so many coaches, especially in a short amount of time, but I am not against being able to admit to a mistake and to, deal with that problem instantly. If you spill some juice, it's all right. We got to clean it up immediately. But now if you spill the juice and you let it sit there for 35 minutes, it could permanently stain the carpet. So my idea with the Memphis Grizzlies is to not let this stain the carpet, because when you look up and you 2-12 or you 3-14, the whole season is canned. But if you can get in front of this fast as possible, you know what I mean? It may be something to repair this, but it does not look good whatsoever. I don't really have anything positive to say.
Last night you kind of saw it. They not communicating no defense. Men literally scored multiple times on just standing in the dunker spot and just getting it dropped off to him, and he's dunking it.
Shout out to him, too. 26 shot attempts.
Yeah, I love that for him.
Ja also got to be accountable, too. Like, he's not doing what Ja's supposed to be doing.
Absolutely.
So it's on both sides right now.
Yeah.
It definitely got to be accountable for Ja, but the overall team,
It hasn't looked good at all.
It's 15-man roster, and that got to start with coaching.
Yeah, I got a few things to say, but I'll have to wait till after this break. When we come back, more on the Grizzlies and more about other teams across the league. We want to say thank you again to our sponsor, DraftKings. Fellas, you know all about DraftKings Pick 6 by now. We can pick more or less on different player stats for the upcoming games. Just pick 2 or more different players until you pick set and decide more or less. Sit back, relax, and see if you made the right picks. Now, like I mentioned, every single episode, we got our own little leaderboard going on. We'll show y'all that at the beginning of next week. We're having a competition. We're trying to see who put together the best picks for this season. And with tonight, it's a bit weird. Only one game on the slate.
Yeah.
And I had to remind myself, NBA Cup tomorrow, so pretty much everybody else is playing, but only one game on the slate, so there's a limited amount of things on the board.
Fighting for real estate.
So, yeah, you had to kind of get your picks in early. I'll start off. This is the toughest pick I've ever had to make, y'all. Chris Paul, 6.5 points less.
On that, yeah.
I
My
like that.
GOAT is officially washed.
That's actually a good
Sad to
pick.
say, man.
That's a really good pick.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
actually
one.
surprised that he's on the board.
Now he come out
too.
getting 9 points.
Yeah, he going at 12 all of a sudden. But, I'm watching him play. And, a few nights ago, they played against OKC. He checked into the game. He just looks old. I mean, he is old, but he just looks his
Arm
age.
sleeve all big.
And then it was no coincidence that when he checked out of the game, they went on a little run. I'm like, oh, not my GOAT. So 6.5 points. I don't even know if he's hit that once so far in the season. Now, maybe they're telling us something that we don't know. Maybe there's more minutes for him tonight. I'm going less. Mike, you put John Collins, 6.5 rebounds more.
Yeah, going against the Suns, they're probably going to be all over Zubac trying to keep him off the glass. And John Collins has been playing really well for the Clippers. So I'm expecting him to get in there. He's going to have an opportunity to get a few offensive boards, and we know he can get him on the defensive end.
Yeah, he's been good this season. He had the start to last game was 6 for 6 from the field.
Yep.
He got like the halftime interview, which is like, that's probably a little new for John Collins if you really think about it. So I ain't mad at it. Pierre, you win Devin Booker 28.5 more.
Yeah, man. Not feeling my best right now.
That did not sound confident at all.
No, it has nothing to do with Devin Booker. It has to do with last night.
Okay.
I had Desmond Bane 17.5. I was shooting 100% from the field. And the night before,
With the
actually,
asterisk.
and Desmond Bane decided to go out there and get ejected. So now he is on that list of you'll never hear me take Desmond Bane more while we do this. But yeah, Devin Booker, I'm fully confident in this. 28.5 sounds like easy money. I don't see anybody on the Clippers that he should be afraid of, and I don't see anybody on the Suns that should take food off his table. So in order for us to have an entertaining night, and they must entertain us because this is all we got, Devin Booker got to give us at least 35.
Amen.
At least 35. It's a lot of pressure on these two teams, man. One game on the slate.
I'm thinking about doing something else. I'm thinking about watching like a movie with the family tonight. Just a little. We've been watching basketball every single night. Let's
absolutely.
just do a little movie.
I know me and Mike gonna be somewhere.
You know I got the movie recommendations over here.
Okay, I'll ask for
I
him
know
later.
me and Mike gonna be somewhere.
Yeah, it's not much basketball, but we gonna be playing basketball.
Y'all
Yep.
can find a way. Lastly, Darrick, you went Big Zoo. Rebounds more at 11.5.
I just feel like this is probably one of them games where I think Zoo can come out and kind of set the tone. And I think one of those ways he could do that is by dominating on the glass. So I'm going more on his rebounds.
Yeah, I've been disappointed in Zoo so far this season.
For sure.
I had to watch their last game. I didn't watch it live, watched it the next morning. I think I even hit the group chat like, man, he looks so regular right now. And I even made the tweet, and Clippers fans, some things you just don't know. They said that he lost like 20 pounds overweight, and he's just skinnier, and he's not enough to be a bully. But the rebounding part of it, I could definitely see. 11.5 is a lot, but he is still Zoo at the end of the day.
We need Zoo to get. We gave Zoo a lot of love and flowers over the offseason.
We need him to get back on his bully.
with our rankings. So
Yeah, he's been in the league for so
No,
long.
don't do that.
Somebody made the point that it's probably more likely that was the lightning in the bottle season versus that's who he is, considering he's got 7 years before that.
I don't
where he
believe
was
it that no
just-
more because of Norman Powell.
I ain't mad at it. Okay. So those are our picks for tonight's games.
I really like yours, KB. I think you probably
That's crazy, man.
I think
'cause
you
that's
got the
my
best
goal.
one. I think you got the best one. I'm not.
Yeah, sniper.
That might be the
game.
moneymaker for the season.
How does he score 7 points?
I don't know.
He hit 2 threes. and get
He don't
fouled.
even shoot threes, though.
But that's what I'm saying. Tonight, maybe open up.
All right, when we come back, again, we're going to jump around the league and talk about some things that we saw. Stay tuned. For those who haven't checked out DraftKings Pick 6 yet, there's an exclusive offer waiting for you. Right now, new DraftKings customers can play $5 and get $50 in Pick 6 credits. All you have to do is download the Pick 6 app and use promo code ENJOY when you sign up. Pick 6 is available in most states, including Texas, California, Missouri, so don't be afraid to get in on the action. Ride the upside with Pick 6. Getting back to the Memphis Grizzlies, a peek behind the curtain, the way it works pretty much on a nightly basis, we're all watching games individually, but when things happen, we'll hit the group chat. Boom, 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 this is on my mind. And the Grizzlies may have come up like 4 or 5 times just last night from all of us watching. And you mentioned, of course, Ja Morant and everything, but he looks so disinterested in the game of basketball right now. I know he said a few days ago that, you know, he doesn't know how he's going to get his joy, yada, yada, yada. But it's got me thinking that, like, I don't know, the offense that they're running is not terrible on paper, but it still does feel like a by committee offense when they have a guy in Ja Morant that should get more shots. Like, I was just looking at the stats this morning. Jaren Jackson Jr. and Santi Aldama are taking the same amount of shots per game.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
After Jaren shot like 16 shots last year.
See, my problem,
shots.
and it's really the disinterested thing with Ja because, again, I just don't see how he can't call his own number. Even in this offense, there's times where he can call his own number, but he's literally deferring and giving it to other players.
He's close to going on that path with, like, Russell Westbrook jump shooting, where for whatever reason, even though he's a bad three-point shooter, he continues to take 5 to 7 a game. This has been Brody's thing for the last 10 years, it feels like.
But you know what's crazy, to speak on that, is like there is this theory, and Isalo is a analytics guy, where like I seen people having a conversation about this yesterday with Vic, where it's like even if he's not making them, like you still want this 3-point rating, and they even asked Isalo about like Jaren Jackson's shots and everything, and I think he said that
his true shooting percentage is the highest of his career.
So it's like they looking at some things that are just like I don't think.
I thought that response from
paper, not
from
the
Isalo
actual
turned
game.
me off like completely. I was just like,
you
what
too
are you
committed
doing?
to analytics. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Did I send that?
That's
Yeah.
I didn't see. That's really bad. That's some stuff that the agent says to a team when he's trying to get paid.
Yeah.
It's
Not-
too committed to a
Whoa.
numbers thing versus the result of the game. And then to your point about Ja, it's not deferring, but he had a post-game interview, and I've been locked into all these post-game interviews. He's talking about, and he answered this for Jaren, but I think he probably thinks this for himself because he reiterated, and he was saying, I don't know if y'all watch basketball, but spacing. We don't have spacing. And when you can't have spacing, you don't have the avenues. And he was, again, responding for Jaren,
Right.
but it sounds like also a thing
Can
for him.
see it, yeah.
And you know his biggest strength is to be able to go down. And he took accountability. He said, "It does. You know, I have to be better, plain and simple. And it's my job to put the pressure on the defense. But if he don't feel like Jaren got space, he can't feel like he has space."
That's
And I
fair.
feel like he's been one of the players that's been able to work in negative spacing sometimes. Like, he's just that talented of a player.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw the Jalen Wells but prior to the last game, Jalen Wells is like 4 of 36 coming into the seat, like the start of the year. Like they just couldn't buy shots.
Crazy. All right, I'll give another one. Darius Garland came back yesterday, and the Cavs immediately looked like the offense from last
Yeah,
season.
I was thinking the same thing.
It just happened immediately.
And it's also fun to watch Donovan Mitchell do what he did in
Just
that
hoop,
third quarter.
yeah.
He just in that third quarter he just went into a whole nother level. He saw that the Sixers was creeping close and they was trying to stay into this game, and Donovan Mitchell just said, "No, I'm not gonna let y'all come in here on a second night of a back-to-back and have us playing in a competitive game."
And it's not like Darius Garland had a crazy game. It was just more so his presence on the floor.
Yeah.
Ball was moving, shots were being taken, one-mores were being thrown. It feels good, though, because, again, a lot of the early parts of the season, the ball was going through Evan Mobley a ton. He still ended up with a really good game without having as many touches. And I feel like that's probably the right recipe by them having just an extra ball handler out there. You're not tasking Evan Mobley to be a guard on a nightly basis. So that was pretty good. I don't know how we got this far without talking about the Lakers game.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
I'm extremely proud of them.
I didn't want to bring it up at the end of last one because we had to take our break because I feel like there was a lot to go into this. But this Laker team has really been on a roll. They were able to beat the Spurs, who, again, were on top of the West. And I thought we did one amazing job with Wemby, just being able to body him up. And I thought J.J. Redick's coaching was kind of, it's a thing around the league now where it's just like we're going to put a smaller player on Vic and then we're going to have a backline defender for when it gets to the rim. We did that, I feel like, to perfection. He even fouled out the game. He just had a rough game. But Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, I'm calling him dominating for right now because he has been on his stuff.
He deserves it right now.
He's been on his stuff. And again, we're a team that's been fighting injuries.
A lot.
So for us to have Rui, who's shooting he's shooting almost 60% from the field, 50% from three. Jake LaRavia step up. Just a whole group effort, and this team is looking really good.
Yeah, the first thing I'm doing when I get home is making a Lakers video because this team doesn't feel like a Lakers team, and I mean that as a compliment. It feels like there's depth, right? All of your offseason acquisitions have been performing well. I feel like we always get our hopes high for a Lakers offseason. It's like, oh, that didn't work out. DeAndre Ayton, after that first game's been amazing. Marcus Smart, even though he almost cost the game yesterday, has been amazing. And then Jake LaRavia can come in and give you 25.
Well, Bronny getting minutes and doing things.
Hey, man. And, like, this is no shot at Bronny because he's been through a lot. But, like, I really do enjoy watching him on the court now. So
yeah, I think we got to give some credit to J.J. Redick. I feel like the Lakers have won a few games where I just don't think that they were supposed to win. I didn't think that they would win, and this was one of them. Obviously, when you have Luka and the way Austin Reeves is playing when Luka wasn't in the game, you always have a chance. But, yeah, just to piggyback off the things that y'all said, I mean, I didn't look into it because the game was late, but this has to be one of the first times this season that the Spurs got out-rebounded. This also has to be one of the first times this season where they got outscored in the paint. Those have been two things that the Spurs have dominated their opponents in.
It had to be the Vic foul trouble for one.
Yeah.
Which I give a lot of credit to the Spurs because even when Vic was out of the game and you would think the Lakers would take over, they did not. You know, the Spurs kept fighting, but Vic, this was a lot of that was Vic just being out the game.
Yeah, you definitely saw Vic's impact because when he did come out the game, they immediately went back to those lobs and the pick and roll and getting to the paint.
Yeah, exactly,
And then the moment he was in the game, a lot of those lobs and stuff just weren't
They
there.
just weren't there.
You got to credit the Lakers. They attacked that. They were purposely trying to get and take. You could see the celebrations when he picked up his fourth and when he got the sixth one. Like they was on the sideline.
They cut to the crowd, dude.
I don't think nobody wanted to deal with Wemby on that court that night. We know what he could do.
Lakers also limited those turnovers. I was proud of that.
Y'all literally y'all really did a good job of like anticipating his moves and like y'all was making him think. And like
Shout out to Marcus Smart, man.
you know, Marcus Smart had a great game.
Shout out to the Suns. They laid out the blueprint.
For real.
Now everybody knows y'all done messed up the Wemby sweepstakes. Another thing, I know you mentioned Kay Cunningham earlier, but I do want to go back to their game because Alex Sarr's been amazing so far to start the season. I've been sitting here trying to find the exact averages. It's 19 points per game, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 blocks, 54% from the field, 45% from three on 3 attempts, 80% from the free throw line. And I think the best stat to describe his season so far, last year, his average distance of shot was 15 feet away, taking a lot of three-pointers, doing a lot of those things. Now it's down to 10. So he's getting to the basket a lot more. He's not settling for those lone three-pointers that we saw early in the shot clock. And he's been so very efficient. And there was a time earlier in that game yesterday when they went against the Celtics. I don't know why I mentioned Kay Cunningham. They went against the Celtics. You know, the Celtics thing, rebounding has been their Achilles heel so far this season. In the first quarter, he walked out with like 4 offensive boards, and he got a putback on all of those possessions. So he's been really good. Again, they're building something.
I
really like that.
I really like what Alex Sarr does, and again, he could do that because he's just so mobile as a big, where he could kind of play a little bit of everywhere. And I thought defensively, he's always kind of been there, like and showing what he can do. But offensively, he's kind of finding himself. And again, he's not taking as many threes. And the more you can get close to the basket, the better.
Yeah, I like the fact that they are like you seeing like a legit 5, and then you got Keyshawn George. So now you at least could say this year we have 2 guys like legitimately like separating themselves from their
Trey
peers.
Johnson.
And then you got Trey Johnson as well, and like Alex Sarr defensively, I think he will always be able to provide that impact, even if he isn't scoring the basketball.
Seeing progression while your team is still really bad is all you can really ask for.
Yeah,
because now they can just like get the first overall pick potentially, and now that core looks crazy. Yeah, it looks.
And I talked to
crazy.
Corey Kispert yesterday. He was on Teed Up, and he had nothing but like. And obviously, he wasn't gonna come on the show and be like, "Man, I hate these young guys." They ain't. But it was some of the specific things he talked about, you know, with the work ethic and trying to learn from the vets and different things like that. So I think Washington has done a good job of, you know, keeping Kispert around. I think he's one of the most sought-after shooters in the league right now, and then adding the Middletons and McCollums. Guys who can come in but not necessarily get in their way. Yeah. Now, it has been a couple times this season where I can't remember the game, but Washington was in a close one. I think it was with Philly. And they did have CJ trying to close it out for like the
Yes,
last
yeah.
2
I
minutes.
remember
and it
that,
pissed
yep.
me off.
Yep.
But other than that, I think they do have something good going. And I think you made the great point where it's like seeing that progression is what it's about. Because, it ain't wins and loss. I'm not watching the Wizards to win and loss watch.
Yeah.
I'm looking for player progression, and they've had that so far.
They've had that for sure. Yeah, kind of a fun, really bad. Out of all the really bad teams in the league, they're probably the most fun to me.
And they're not an off night. You got to go earn your wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the most part.
When we come back, we'll talk about whether or not there's a good amount of contenders in the league anymore. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, so I know we got a small sample size, but looking around the league, I want to ask y'all, do y'all think there are less contenders than we actually thought coming into the season?
It's a good question. It's a topical question, too, because Draymond Green on his show was mentioning, first of all, he started off by saying that the Knicks are not contenders, and his reasons for that was about their potential stagnant offense, and they got 2 guys to really hunt on the defensive side of the ball with Karl-Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson.
But I'm guessing he thinks the Warriors are contenders.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
But he went on to say that actually there's no team in the Eastern Conference that are contenders. And I find that difficult to subscribe to, even though we agree that maybe the top contenders are in the West.
Yeah.
The fact that there is a 7-game series between the East and the West team makes me say that there's a contender. Because even the almost 70-win OKC team went against a 4 seed last year, and that went 7.
Yeah.
I think we all may have picked OKC in 5. Like, we didn't even give the Pacers credit to take it to 6. So Draymond kind of just talking.
Literally.
But there's a little bit, there's maybe
I
a
think
little
there's some
bit there.
truth to that. I mean, I think the Knicks' reasons are solid reasons for why you think they can't win a championship in Cleveland. I've been saying it all season that like they feel like the disrespected team. Anytime they're going through anytime they're having a losing streak or just not looking as good, we're kind of scrutinizing them as we should. But like we always look at them a little bit of a lesser team than the teams in the
But
West.
where does the buck come in at? What have they done where you shouldn't have the critical thoughts that you have like any other team?
I'm saying for good reason. But I'm saying like I don't think that those thoughts are invalid for the Cavaliers. I think that they still have a
why
hump
do
to
you
get
say
over.
we look at them as the disrespected little brother or something?
Because they do dominate the regular season for the most, or at least last year they dominated the regular season, and you should look at them as a contender with Donovan Mitchell leading the charge.
But I felt like they got that type of recognition all offseason. It's been like
we didn't
Cavaliers
even,
Knicks.
I mean, even before the offseason when they went against the Pacers, we didn't even preview that series on our show. Like, we was just like, it's the Cavs.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we literally did, but it wasn't like,
Deep diving.
Yeah,
deep diving.
we
It's
felt
like
like the
the
Cavs
Cavs.
should have ran away with that.
Yeah.
But then they ended up losing.
and now it's like, I can't give them that benefit of the doubt, even if I think that they are a really good team.
Yeah.
Like, I'm every series they go into, unless it's like a real 1-8 or something, I'm going to be like, oh, could this other team win? Because even though they're a really good team, they haven't done anything for me to give them the complete benefit of the doubt.
Outside of the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not want to sound biased because obviously I'm a Knicks fan, but I look at the Knicks as the opposite way. All year long, we looked at the Knicks regular season. They didn't dominate. They struggled with competitive teams, and nobody really took them serious as far as going into the playoffs to the point where y'all didn't even think they was going to get out of a first-round series. They made it to the conference finals, and they lost to the team that took the 70-win team, seven games in the NBA Finals, and had a chance up until their best player tore his Achilles. I would say the Knicks are almost what you made the Cavaliers out to be. And even with Draymond's statement, I mean, I just don't know too many teams that are supposed to have everything figured out in the first 7 games of the series.
Mhm.
I mean, of the season, whether it's stagnant offense,
I mean, we've seen a lot of teams that just not even healthy.
first-year head coach. Like, I just think we over push to have these broad things to say so early and so soon. And that's why my first thing to ask KB was, does Draymond think the Warriors are a contender?
Mhm.
Because if he does, but he don't see not one team in the East, and I can name some teams in the East that are going to be better than the Warriors, then, oh, man, save me.
And I
Save
think
me.
also what Draymond, he said that the Clippers were a contender, and then he said both LA teams. To me, I don't look
So
at
the
that.
West got 7 contenders, and the East got
Clippers
0.
are not contenders.
I do not look at that
I'm-
Clippers team and I'm like shaking in my boots.
Yeah.
That team does not scare me.
Clippers
Only
team is
Even
actually
if it did,
frustrating
let me
to
just
watch.
ask you a question.
Yeah.
So that would mean that the Warriors, both LA teams, the Thunder, the Nuggets, so they got about 5, and
The
it ain't
Rockets.
one.
It's not one.
It ain't one. And
I'm
he's
sure
not
he
going to say the
probably-
Rockets
he
because
said
he's going
Oh,
to.
he didn't say Rockets.
No, I'm saying I'm a guess because Kevin Durant
I'm
plays
pretty sure
for
he
them.
did.
You
Yeah,
better
I'm
say
pretty
it.
sure he did say
He
Rockets.
They
better
are
say a
contenders?
Rocket.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 6 contenders.
6 Western Conference contenders, 0 East.
6, and now 1 out East. That's crazy. That just don't even make. He's too bright of a basketball mind to be saying that. That's what make people say boost the price in these. Because what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he got the money to just keep buying them.
My producer's the producer of that show too. Like small ball producer. So I be getting a little, you know what I'm saying, these segments a little earlier.
I rock with Draymond, but that was just kind of crazy.
Yeah, because if you're there, there's a chance. I feel like that's the plain and simple of it all. If you are in the finals, you have a chance.
Yeah, you're there for a reason.
And I felt like last year's playoffs, thank goodness, should have like clarified all of our thinking of that, because we sure did, and I'm adding us to it, but I'm talking about the basketball community. We sure did go into the finals saying, man, 5.
Yeah.
Like, man, this ain't really, no, I ain't really excited. There was people saying this won't be exciting.
Yeah.
There was people like ready to say, oh my gosh, the NBA got a problem. Look at what the finals is going to be. And they gave us 7 games in that 7 game, even after Halliburton got hurt. It was not a walkover game.
McConnell really stepped up.
We sat there and dissect the Knicks. Man, they lost to this team and that team. They ain't going to be, and they went to the conference finals. We talked about the Cavaliers being dominant. We talked about how many times I come on here and say, man, you got to beat the Celtics in 7. You still got to beat them in 7 games. Like, so these ideas that we be having, they don't really be meaning nothing, man.
And you know what's even crazier? That series was so good. We drove 3 hours to Indianapolis to watch a game, and we have never done anything like that as a group.
Yeah.
Like, we was like, we got to get to one of these finals games.
We left. It's late. We wasn't tired. We was up in there like on edge because it was such a great environment in Indianapolis. So yeah, like I understand we have a job to do. We got to dissect things, and some teams are probably not right now looking like the contenders they are. But we should have learned over the last couple of seasons that you got to give teams the season to figure. That's what the regular season is for.
Yes.
To figure all of these things out.
The Pacers were a 500 team in December last year, and then they went to the finals. So, like, it's way too early. I mean, we can always speculate, like, what team is a contender versus not contender, but to shut the door completely on an entire conference is wild.
Yeah, I mean, you can always just say that the East just has less.
Yeah,
like,
which
and
is
that's
true.
fine.
Which
And
is 1,000% true.
so, like, it's always been like that since, like, the NBA has started. The West has always been the more dominant conference. So, like, when you look at the East, yeah, I don't think the Bulls are contenders. I don't think Detroit are contenders. The Knicks and the Cavs are legit contenders. They're probably going to end up at the top of the conference throughout the year. The Bucks have Giannis Antetokounmpo who's playing at an MVP level.
Anything is possible.
Yeah, like if they strike lightning at the right time and they go on a run, you don't want to see Giannis in a 7-game series because that means that he's doing something right.
You got trade deadlines and all type of things
Yeah.
to acquire talent. Yeah, man. I definitely agree with, like, whoever comes out of the East got a tall mountain to climb for sure.
Yeah, they'll be the underdog.
Yeah, but I think if you get to that final spot, yeah. And when there has been a consensus, like there has been a consensus all offseason long, not just by me and Nick fan or whoever the Cleveland fan is or whatever. The Cavaliers and the Knicks have been talked about as contenders all offseason long.
Yeah, and a big reason for that is because the East is wide open. You don't have the Celtics. The Pacers are hurt too. So, like, yeah, the East is going to be a little limited. You already lost 2 of the top dogs in the Pacers and the Boston Celtics. So, yeah, but you got to be able to get a respect to the Knicks and the Cavs.
Do y'all see this? He mentioned 6 Western Conference contenders. Do y'all see all 6 of those teams as true contenders through the first 3 weeks of the season?
No, I don't.
The Clippers are not that
Clippers,
good.
I think
Clippers,
we
I
can all
don't.
say it's like just not.
I did
the
think so
Rockets-
that they could be fringe going into the season, but no, not through the first.
I
I
think
think
the Rockets-
everything would have to be
yeah.
perfect for them to make
And
it.
the Spurs jumped up. The Spurs
Yeah.
have changed my thought process because I thought this was going to be a year where we just see them make it, not be a play-in team potentially, or even make it through the
How do y'all
play-in.
feel about the Rockets?
No, I think they've kind of changed my mind on point guard play. They found a way to kind of put a Band-Aid over it.
I respect the Rockets, but I still feel like the Fred thing is going to he was going to
Something
be
still
For a
missing.
series, he's way more.
Something about a playoff series kind of does remove the Band-Aid a little bit that you can kind of cover up in the regular season. But they're the number 1 offense in basketball right now. So
I have gone from contender pre-Fred injury to not contender when Fred got injured to contender again to now I'm kind of just like in the middle of the road trying to figure out where I'm going to land. And, of course, we still got 70-plus games to go to make the decision. But they're fun.
They really good.
The offense is great. The defense is starting. They really kick
And I
itself
don't
back up.
think Kevin Durant hasn't just dominated like you would think he kind of would, especially just the Rockets have just been able to do it by themselves and do it as a committee and have Kevin Durant more as I don't even want to say feature because it sounds wrong, but like he is not just the end all be all when it comes to the Rockets. You know.
I'm
I
always
like that they don't allow you to throw a good entry pass.
yeah.
We just gonna try to tap every single pass that you throw into the post.
It's
Tari
progression
even shooting the
with
ball
Kevin Durant.
crazy right now.
Yeah, it's like 50-some%, which is crazy.
This is crazy seeing how many people are shooting it that well at the beginning of the season. Like so many people are shooting like at insane clips at like 50, 40+%.
Do you think we'll have a decent volume 50% three-point shooter anytime soon?
Yeah, I do. Looking at the way that the league is, I actually do.
Or 82
What's
games?
decent value?
Let's say 4.5.
Oh, absolutely. I thought you were going to say 6.
Yeah.
4.5? I think so.
Yeah.
Will it happen this year? I can't say, but soon, yeah.
Simone Fontecchio will do
You
it.
might be able to do it. All right, when we come back, the college basketball season has started. We don't know nothing, but we still going to talk about it.
Always around this time of the year, I do my regulatory or annual, I will say, pitch. College basketball is back, and I'm here again pitching the idea of y'all just taking a dab of time. I'm not saying too much time, maybe a game a week. Let's just start with a game a week
Okay.
of diving in.
He do not sound like he's taking this pitch.
And I'm going to explain today. So the number one team in America right now is the Purdue Boilermakers.
Shout out Braden Smith.
Look, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of
I'm
you.
here,
He
man.
already
Smith
know.
be doing this thing.
Yeah.
He black, white.
Don't
Next.
ask me that.
Ah. The Houston Cougars are back at it. We got Florida. The one thing I will start with is I'm sure y'all have seen on Twitter and just landscape of the basketball community. It's another draft class that is highly touted. Seems to have some really good prospects. Have y'all tapped in on any front of that?
Yes.
Can you name me any of the 3?
Cam Boozer.
There you go. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
No. If you can keep going,
I know the other
but
dude,
you didn't. You passed the test because it was just one. But if you can name all 3,
Extra credit is always
yeah,
good,
extra
man.
credit is cool.
I know the other dude's name starts with a D. I just can't remember it.
Darren Peterson.
Darren Peterson. And then I don't know.
Oh,
anyone else.
Devontae might
It
have
could have
been.
been.
Yeah, that's who everybody's been talking about, AJ DeBonson and what he's been doing.
Me and Austin got to see AJ hoop a little bit last year at All-Star.
The Red Bull thing.
We did it was with Nike.
Oh.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to see him.
Y'all
out
probably
there,
have
man.
also seen every losing team posts the clip of him singing the Gunna song.
Yes. Shout
Like
out to our boy Jonathan, man.
Yeah. 2K
Jonathan posts it every night.
and it does like 1,000+ likes every time he posts it.
I saw the clips from some guy's name who I cannot pronounce. True freshman. Diaper Dandy. I'm trying to remember what school he went to. Projected lottery pick, raw prospect, a lot of upper body strength. Yeah.
Oh my God! It looks like Anthony Edwards at Baylor.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I know you're
yes.
talking about. Yeah.
Yes.
Saw his highlights the other night. I saw the Mint guys highlights the other night.
Mint.
So-
Tennessee.
So I haven't been watching, but like
But you tapped in.
I've seen some videos about these
That's
dudes.
why I want to see my outside guys just get tapped in. You know,
Okay.
I know y'all gonna do your due diligence when it's time to, the draft world and everything. I know y'all gonna lock in, but I think right now, and then we also got the access of synergy.
Yeah.
You'll be able to formulate some super strong
I
opinions.
gotta find my. I want to find my guys early.
You always do find your guys, but if you find them early, that attachment gonna be. superior.
It's gonna be a lot more because a lot of times I'll get him as a rookie and you be like, you know what school he went to? I'd be like, nope.
You don't know now.
But if I can get on them in college, then yeah.
And it's also
made me look a little better.
It's also easier because I feel like you don't have the hassle of them playing every day. They don't play an 82-game schedule. So, like, the realistic opportunity of tapping in once a week to a game. This past week, we had Florida against Arizona.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. Caleb Wilson out of UNC is a freshman that I think Mike would really like and enjoy. He got like 20-some points.
I've been seeing his name float around.
Bunch
a
of
little bit.
dunks.
I've been trying to like keep up with Illinois basketball.
Yeah.
And I was excited for their first game. And then I'm looking at the starting lineup. I'm like, where's Stojakovic?
Yeah.
He injured. So I'm like, I can't say I care too much.
Yeah.
But there was the one kid that went to Illinois last season. He transferred to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name, but people on Twitter was like, Kenny, you got to watch him play. I was like, I watched him a little bit last season. I guess he's better in that first
You're
game.
talking
of the year.
about
the big fella. It's from
fella.
here. He's from
Yeah.
Illinois. I forget what school he went to. But yeah, I mean, I can't say that I'm watching on a nightly basis, but I feel like I'm going to be able to know these names before we get to our draft coverage and stuff.
And then also, we got to show some love. My boy Christian Anderson, who came on, teed up, and told us directly, his personal goal was to be the best guard in the country. And my goodness, what a statement game for him out of the gates. Had like 30 and 11 or something like that.
And he had
Just
26 at the half.
26 at the
Yeah,
half.
I saw that.
Incredible statement game. Darius Cuff and Malik Thomas out there in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Calipari got another good guard. Reminds me a lot of Stephon Marbury. Yeah, man, just good things all around. I want y'all to just tap in, man. Just tap in. Darrick, Mike named some guys.
Yeah.
You got to
Y'all-
find the big fella for him.
Yeah, we do. Outdo each
Last
other.
year was
though.
Darrick
It
Queen.
was Darrick Queen last year.
Who's looked real good with the Pelicans.
Yeah, he had a
These
good
minutes.
game. All right, we appreciate y'all watching another great episode of Numbers on the Board. From Mike, from P, from D. Millie, from Kenny Beach, and we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.